Thumbs up for the go-getters, the ambitionless appears they should know.
Hey folks, how are you doing? So I'm here today just to share a really simple way of getting strong. So I've got a simple program that you can follow that's right on the wall behind me. You'll also notice, got a little picture of Spock up there. I am in fact a massive geek, but I'm also really good at what I do. So pay attention, and we're just going to go through a really quick program to help you get really strong really fast. So you notice what I've done is I've divided this into 3 days, okay? So it's a 3-day split. Not very much, it's not a body part split, it's very much a movement split. And I've geared this around powerlifting, okay? So you check out, my day 1, I've got a squat. My day 2, I've got a bench. My day 3, I've got a deadlift. Really simple, I've got the bench on the second day just to allow our legs and our lower body a little bit of recovery. I've got the deadlift on the final day of the week, typically because that's a Friday, and it's going to give you just a bit more time to recover over the weekends, because deadlifts will just tax your CNS, your central nervous system, just that little bit more. So that's why I've sort of structured it like that. You'll also notice what I've got is I've got an optional exercise, optional A, optional B, optional C on each of your days. Okay, so it's just a fairly simple bit. This your optional exercise is just going to be something that's going to assist your main movement. So to give you some examples of that, if you are doing a squat, you just want to improve. Typically the squat is, it's a big compound movement, but you can see some imbalances develop because of it. So what I like to get guys to do is just a few unilateral bits of work. So it might be some lunges, some split squats, something like that. I'm just saying 3 sets, 8 to 12 reps, really simple. Your optional exercise for your bench day is going to depend realistically where you're weak. So if you've got a weak upper back, for example, if you're really struggling to keep your shoulder blades locked together to keep that full body tension that you need for a really big, powerful bench, then you could do some upper back work. It might be some face pulls, it might be some band pull apart, something like that. But it's going to depend where you're weak. Okay, it's sort of a part of an analysis, but it just gives you a little bit of a sort of variation. And then your deadlift, it's going to depend where you are weak. So if you're weak off the floor, if you're really weak at the bottom of the deadlift, check out a video. I'm just going to probably post a link of it somewhere to the side. It's about 10 minutes long. I go into a lot of detail about how to improve your deadlift from the floor, so make sure to check that out. If you're weak finishing off the deadlift, if you're weak at the top, then it's probably a glute thing. You've probably not got enough hip extension going on, so you could do some hip thrusts, some some glute bridges, something along that lines. Going to get those hips moving in, the glutes moving in. You're going to really lock out at the top. So they're just your optional bits. I say optional because if you're ever short on time, or if you just want a really streamlined program, then you don't have to do them. You can actually just choose to skip them, or just choose not to include them in the program. This is where you got your 3 big basic movements, and then your optional stuff that are just gonna, get you through weak points or sticking points in those movements. It's about as simple as I can generally make it. Gets us onto progression. What I've done is I've used the scheme here. I've been working out with the guys at Bethnal Green Weightlifting Club, and they've put out a lot of really, really good quality sort of, British Masters level powerlifting guys, and they just use a really simple rolling system. Sort of back to basics, but it absolutely does the trick. So we have 3 weeks that roll. So for the squat and the bench, what we're doing is we're doing 3 sets of 5. Then the next week, you're going to be doing 4 sets of 5. And then by week 3, you do 5 sets of 5. So it's just increasing that volume. The idea is, even though you're increasing the volume, to keep the workout about the same length. So you're only going to take, you might take 3 minutes recovery between these, because the weight's going to be quite new to you. By here, you might need 2.5 minutes recovery. By there, only a couple minutes, but you're still getting in more sets, more volume, a bit more work as you go through. Once you get to the end, you've just finished week 3, you're just going to reset. So you go back to week 1, and you'll do a 3x5 with a slightly heavier weight. So you might add, it's going to depend where you are at your training sort of level. If you're quite an early, maybe beginner lifter, you'll be easily adding 5-10 kg after 3 weeks training at one weight. If you're slightly higher up, maybe early intermediate, it might only be increases at 2.5, 5 kg, something like that. But you are going to be increasing. After that 3rd week, you're going to increase, go back to the start. Progression-wise with your optional exercises, I've just stuck them all at, 3 sets of 8 to 12 reps. I'm going to leave that a little bit up to you. I don't want to sort of spoon feed you the obvious, it's just 8 to 12 reps. If you feel you can do a few more, do a few more. If you feel you want to put the weight up, put it up a little bit. They're not the bulk of your exercise. They're just to help the main exercise, the meat and potatoes of this. I've not written anything about core work on here. I'd recommend just do a little bit of extra core work on each day. I'm a big advocate of alternate or unstable planks. I really like moves such as the dead bug. That's really great. So anything that's going to condition that core to stay activated while you're moving the legs is good in my book. And that is absolutely everything. That's as simple as I can sort of make a program. Really, really easy to follow. You follow this for a few months, I'm going to guarantee you're going to get stronger. Really simple, really quick, really effective, and I hope it works for you. If you like it, let me know how you got on. Leave some comments in the section below. Like the video, subscribe, and I will keep you updated as I come up with some new programs. See you later.